Recall that last November, Ice Cube, born O'Shea Jackson, went viral after revealing he'd lost out on $9 million by turning down a role in Oh Hell No because of a COVID vaccine requirement. I turned down $9 million. I didn't want to get the jab. FK that jab. FK y'all for trying to make me get it. I don't know how Hollywood feels about me right now, he said at the time. Speaking this week with independent host and journalist Tucker Carlson, he further expanded on his previous explanation. I never want to be controlled, he said from the back of a car as he and Carlson were driven around the rapper's hometown of Los Angeles. When directly asked why he'd refused the vaccine, he replied, "It wasn't ready. It was 6 months, kind of a rush job, and I didn't feel safe." But, Carlson pushed back, "They told you it was safe." "I know what they said. I heard what they said, I heard them loud and clear. But it's not their decision. There is no repercussions if they are wrong." "I get all the repercussions if they are wrong," Cube replied. He added that it wasn't a difficult decision despite the $9 million loss. "I wanted to be an example for my kids. Make sure they didn't take it either. I was willing to stand on my convictions," he said. Carlson responded by noting that the actor and film producer had been attacked for this position. Case in point via Saturday Night Live. "I never told anyone not to get vaccinated, publicly. That was never my message to the world," Cube replied. "I didn't even want people to know whether I got vaccinated or not. I was pretty upset that that even came out. I was just going to quietly not take it and deal with the consequences as they came," he added. Continuing their discussion, Carlson then asked Ice Cube whether he knew anyone who'd been negatively affected by the COVID vaccine. He replied in the affirmative. "I do, and they suffer every day, and it's hard to watch. Sometimes you have to let people know what's going on, and move the needle. If it's true, why can't I say it?" he said. Later during the discussion, Carlson asked Cube about the political figures he supports. "I don't believe in politicians. Politicians have hidden agendas. The more money you give them, the more they listen to you. Politicians only really pay attention to the people who give them money," Cube replied. He added that he was optimistic when former President Barack Hussein Obama was elected to office in 2008 but quickly lost hope afterward. "For the first time, I felt proud that America took that step. So that was a moment in time. But then you look around, years go by, and not much changed for people I know, people I care about," he said. "It didn't change with Bush, with Clinton, Elder Bush, Reagan, Carter. So at the end of the day, it's still the same as it was," he added. Cube is now facing backlash from the black community for sitting for an interview with Carlson. According to his critics, this practically makes him a Republican white supremacist now. Cube faced the same sort of backlash when he dared to help the Trump administration develop the Platinum Plan for Black Americans way back in 2020. He fiercely defended himself at the time by arguing that he was willing to sit down with anybody who was willing to push legislation to help the black community.